financial knowledge and the right kind of loan at the right time is power. And it is the power to have control over your own future as a nonprofit organization. And nonprofits in the US, as many of you know, operate in a system that is not set up to give them control. The donor takes control. That's how our system is set up. It's why the grants are restricted. It's why grants don't cover the full costs of what it would actually take for an organization to pay a living wage and really be able to build up its reserves. And part of that is because empowerment might have been spoken about, but it's not the way our systems are set up. Our systems are set up around control. And what we have found is that financial knowledge and the right kind of financing is power and enables the nonprofit leader to take back control. The other aspect of our system is that we tend to finance the technocratic experts who are outside the community to go in and do work in the community. To me, the decolonization is around the ceding of control. It's the giving should actually go with power, and it hasn't in the past. It's not just where the money flows, it's the way in which it flows. And does power flow along with the money? And so when I met Dr. Williams, I was really struck by the work he and his team are doing with the Black church communities. What unites us is a fundamental philosophical or moral belief that people have the right to have agency and to have the control of their own future. And what we see with many of the Black churches is a particular moment in time in our economy in which there's a real danger that many of them are going to have that control taken away. Because for generations, those communities have put their sweat and their wealth into those churches. It is manifested in the form of those real estate assets. And in many cases, because those churches exist in neighborhoods that are gentrifying, the outsiders are circling. And they're not waiting. And so I come from a very privileged place in which I get to think of financing and lending as a powerful tool to help someone in a group realize the potential of their aspirations. But we have to start from an understanding that for many of these church communities, financing has not been a source of potential and power. It's been a source of exploitation. The core of the work isn't to bring technocratic expertise, it's to help build the trust within the community so that that community is able to take advantage of financing and of financial knowledge to realize its aspirations rather than ignoring it, saying debt's not for us, and then until it gets to the point where you have no options but to go to the people who are at your front door, who are those exploitative lenders. So we are really excited to be working with Dr. Williams and his team from Crossing Capital on a partnership to basically disrupt that cycle of exploitation for Black churches and combine the right kind of financing with the right kind of support and bringing power in the form of financial knowledge so that these communities have the ability to take control of their own future. Because again, that links to our broader mission, which is a fundamental belief that from a moral perspective, every community has the right to agency and self-determination. And from a practical perspective, philanthropy is going to get much better results when we put money and control into the hands of people closest to the problems and to the aspirations of communities so they can put that money to work in ways that allow those communities to reach those aspirations.